say this is the first time, but it's within the preview and the mandate of the commission. I want to state very clearly that in addition to holding public interest inquiries, the Ontario Human Rights Commission can and has the authority to provide support, submissions to the federal government, municipal government, and federal government on any matters of pending legislation. The province of Ontario has already said that it is looking at changing the code of conduct requirements under the Municipal Act. The province of Ontario has agreed and is working with AMO. The decision to remove a member from any elected office is a serious one. Yes, it is not going to be made by a municipality. It is not going to be made by an integrity commissioner. In fact, the recommendation, and it's very, very clear for those who wanted to read it, talks about updating code of conduct to account for workplace safety harassment. It requires a motion to recommend that the matter be forwarded to the judicial system. And it will be up to a judge to make that determination. It will not be up to the municipality. Lord knows if we had that power, things might have been different on this council. We haven't had these problems before. We have heard that from other members of council. So is it unprecedented? It's unprecedented, but it is permitted under the Ontario Human Rights Code. Again, I want to stress, this is not about Councillor Robinson. It's about what is happening all across Ontario. It is happening in municipalities where people have been threatened.
On behalf of Mayor Ryan. So there are instances that initiated this. Only a couple names I've heard over the years from different councils. Certainly not our council. But this goes back a number of years. This has been a work in progress for a while. And it's my understanding that as the province would move forward, they would have to draft and go through the regular consultation process to come up with the legislation that would enact it and the rules that would be required and how it would be referred to a judiciary. And I would suspect the judiciary would be very, very, very reluctant to remove a sitting councillor unless it was extremely egregious or warranted. So I suspect it would be legislation or a process that would result in very few removals after a very rigorous process, but it's not aimed at any individual. I believe we've endorsed these recommendations through the Ontario Big City Mayors and AMO through previous mechanisms. And this one was actually originated by the, was it the city or town of Aurora? So I don't think they were aiming at anyone particular on Pickering Council or any other council, but simply they're probably just a little slower in endorsing the AMO resolutions that we endorsed previously. So I'll be supporting it.
Sure.
Mr. Mayor, just a quick moment of clarity. As we've heard, this is not our correspondence. It's directly from the town of Aurora. And you know what? It's their correspondence. And if they did not feel it necessary to send this report to the Ontario Rights Commission, that I don't understand why the city of Pickering thinks that it is their right to do so unless there is an ulterior motive.
Hey, Councillor, I don't think that.
Thank you.
I don't think that's a comment about clarity.
Specifically speaks to workplace harassment and inequity in our municipal codes and empowering employees to know that there is a mechanism for them to be heard and have a voice. This is no different than the letter we received from AMO. In fact, part of this correspondence pulls directly from the AMO letter we previously endorsed. So this is consistent in what this council has been bringing forward and doing through various pieces of correspondence we've received and other actions that we've taken. So I agree with my colleagues that this is not specific to Councillor Robinson, though she may feel that way.
Each of you notice of liability and an opportunity to cure, to
Madam,
make right.
You're out of order.
The fine
You're not
is
speaking.
1 point.
Thank you. Your delegation's over, ma'am. Your delegation's over, ma'am. Order, please. You should be very proud, Lisa. Very proud. Not cases you bring in here. Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable. You should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah. Order, please. She doesn't have her mic on. Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Order, please. You do not have the floor, ma'am. Order, please. Order, please. Order, please. Okay, we're gonna take a 5-minute recess.
Get your hands off of me! 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 Why is she under arrest?
Over to the car.
Get your hands off of me!
Why is she under arrest?
Get your hands off of me! Get your hands off of me! Get your hands off of me! No, don't take my purse. No.
Excuse me, why is she being arrested?
She's under arrest for trespass.
Do not touch my purse.
Do you want me to take it and walk to a fucking park? Yeah, like seriously?
Can I escort her for you?
Get your hands off
Can
me!
you please back up, please? Step back. Can you please back up?
Get your
Back
hands
up.
off me!
So is this how
This is
you
an officer
normally
safety
protect
issue now.
that?
Please
People
back
that are
up.
already walking
Get
out?
your hands
It's a
off of me!
personnel station.
She's already walking out. Why didn't you grab her?
Get your hands, can you stop hurting me?
Councillor Cook? Yes. Councillor Nagy? Yes. Councillor Pickles?
Yes.
Councillor Robinson? No. Councillor Brennan?
Yes.
Councillor Butt?
Yes.
Mayor Ash?
Yes.
That's carried 6-1.
Bylaw 14.5. Moved by Councillor Cook, second by Councillor Brennan. Debate. Questions. Being none, I'm going to call the question. Councillor Pickles calls the roll. Call the roll, please.
Councillor Pickles?
Yes.
Councillor Robinson?
No, she's looking for the one. It's 14.5 of our agenda.
Nagy needs to stop looking at the mayor and
So
telling him
still
how to do his
again
job.
debate the bylaw?
No, the roll's been called.
But this is
The
immediately
roll has
following.
been called. We're in the middle of a vote. There's no debate. You've been asked.
But I put my hand up because
The
I
roll
wanted to find the bylaw.
has been called. It's not allowed to have debate when the roll has been called. So if you want to have your voters.
Yes, but Mr. Mayor, you looked at me, you
Order.
said debate,
Order.
and I was looking for the bylaw
And then there
so
was
I
a
could
motion
debate.
to record a vote. I called the roll. Councillor Robinson, do you wish to have your vote put in the record or not?
Well, of course I would.
And it is.
You are eroding the public trust and confidence of this municipality of Pickering, Mr. Mayor.
You're not voting?
Yes, my vote obviously is no, but
Okay,
you
thank
are
you.
eroding public
Thank
trust.
you. We'll continue with the roll.
Councillor Brenner.
Yes.
Councillor Butt.
Yes.
Councillor Cook. Yes. Councillor Nagy. Yes. Mayor Ash.
Yes.
That's carried 6-1.
Thank you. That means the procedural bylaw has been amended, deleting question period, allowing no filming. So we'll be strict in regards to that, and there'll be no photography and no signs. We want this to be a respectful place, and some people have crossed that line even tonight. So we're going to move forward with our delegation. We're trying to make our meetings run more efficient.
No, I understand that, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for that. But, also because, I go to the dentist and I don't have a cavity doesn't mean that, I'm going to stop going to the dentist for the rest of my life. So, it's the same kind of analogy here. Just because no one spoke before
There's a delegation.
does not mean
They have
that.
a delegation rule they're acting.
No one's
We're
gonna
happy to
use
get
it.
from them. So.
Okay. So back to what I was saying was I'm only aware of pretty much a single incident that has been labeled as threatening within the last couple of weeks. And this was done by a friend or acquaintance of the mayor because he was dissatisfied with the mayor's behavior. So I believe a trespass order was issued against this person, which is going to be, it's not going to expire until September the 1st. And that his photo was circulated throughout all of the Pickering staff, from what I could see, or from a majority of them, all the directors and
Councillor,
whatnot.
this has nothing to do with procedural bylaw.
This is what I'm getting to, and that members of council warning us to be vigilant of exercising caution in regards to any dealings with this person. For those who aren't aware, this individual sought clarification from the police who that this letter, email that was sent to you, whatever it was, did not constitute a threat. And that's from the Durham Regional Police Services. So we're now doing all of this tonight for a threat that was really not a threat. To continue, could it be that the motivation behind these proposed changes stems from growing citizens' engagement like we're seeing tonight and the dissatisfaction with the current operations of council?